Hello, Computer Concepts class. This week in Computer Concepts, we're going to read Module 2 on the web and Module 3 on computer hardware. And so far, I have an additional assignment called Create a Simple Web Page, which goes with Chapter 2 or Module 2 on the web. So you're going to get to create a simple web page and see how that works. You're going to write a little HTML. You're going to write a little bit of CSS styling for a style sheet. You're going to insert an image into the page. And so it's a fun project and it's a fun assignment. So let's take a look at that. So you can see here, I've got Blackboard and the readings, the Module 2 assignment, the Module 3 assignment, and then this is the fun assignment, the Create a Simple Web Page assignment. And we're going to create this web page using a tool called Trinket.io. And Trinket is fun because it allows you to put your code into the web page and then it'll render the code and show you what it looks like on the right-hand side. So to do this, you're going to need to go to Trinket.io and create yourself a free account. A free account will allow you to make HTML or web pages. So I'll log in. There we go, I'll log in. And then you can see that I can create new Trinket here, or I can go here to my name and go new Trinket, and then we can make a Trinket. Now, you can do, with a free account, you can do a Python Trinket, a Blockly Trinket, and there's the HTML5 Trinket. So that's what you're gonna pick. You're gonna pick HTML5 Trinket, and it gives you a web page that you can start editing. You can start putting HTML code right here, and then it'll show you what it looks like over here. So like right off the bat, I could just type hello, which is just some text, and it'll render it over here. Yes, your web browser will take a text file and it'll render text and put it into the web browser, into the web page. However, we're going to put HTML, which is the markup language for creating web pages. And we're also going to use cascading style sheets to style that HTML. So I'll get rid of that. Up here, I'll put the title of this Trinket. I'll say Dan's Simple Web Page. Okay, and notice that our page, this is the name of our Trinket, but this is the name of our web page. And the name of our web page is index.html. Now, index.html is a special HTML name that's used, it's reserved for the home page of a website. So if you were to create your own website, your home page is typically named index.html. So this is where we'll put our HTML code. And in the assignment, you can see here, it tells you exactly what to do. Create a free account at Trinket.io and log in. 2, click New Trinket and choose HTML, which we did. Now we need our HTML and we need our CSS style sheet. That's numbers 3 and 4. So on number 3, you have a file named index.html. Click here to get the text that we're going to paste. And if I click right here, there is our HTML. It's already done for you. All you have to do is select it and then do like a Control-C to copy and then Control-V to paste, and you can paste it right into the web page. Now, before we do that, though, I'm going to show you a little something here. If you want to know more about the web, a great place to go is w3.org. Right? And this is the World Wide Web Consortium. So I went to w3.org and I clicked About, and it's about the W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium. It's an international community. You can see here it's led by the inventor and director Tim Berners-Lee and the CEO, and its mission is to lead the web to its full potential. So this is the organization that maintains the standards, web standards. And it also comes out with new web technologies. It maintains the HTML standard, the web standard, and all kinds of stuff. And on one of its pages here, it's an HTML5 reference guide. The HTML5 reference guide shows us all about how to do HTML5. And if you scroll down, it shows you a basic template of a basic web page. And I just want to copy that. And I'm going to paste it in here just to show it to you really quickly. The main sections of an HTML5 web page. Okay, so you see here a tag that says doc type HTML. This lets us know that what's going to follow is an HTML page. And then you have a series of tags. So this is the opening HTML tag. This is the ending HTML tag. This is the beginning of your web page. This is the end of your web page. And by the way, you don't have to have this part right there, right? I can get rid of that and the page still works. Okay, I'll put it back though. Then you've got the two main sections of the web page, the head area and the body area. So I'm just gonna kind of separate these for a second just so you can see them. So this is the beginning tag, head, and this is the end of the head area. And the head area contains information about the web page properties. It also can link to external files that can be used by this web page. You can also use the head area to put styling, to put cascading style sheet information. You can use the head area to put JavaScript. And you can use the head area to put the title of the page and meta tags, which have information, properties about the page, and also tell search engines and tell users a little bit about the page that they're looking at, right? So this is kind of like information about the page, but it also can be used to link to external files and stuff. So the head area is like control information about the page. And then you've got the body area. And the body area has an opening body tag and an ending body tag. And this is where the main content of the web page goes, in between the two body tags. And you can see here right now, it says insert content here, which is in between paragraph tags, opening paragraph and ending paragraph. And then you can see it goes right here. Notice I'm getting rid of the indentation because guess what? The indentation is not required. It's just, it helps to make everything a little bit more readable, where you can identify, oh, this is the head and this is the end head, and this is the body, this is the end body, and then the end HTML tag. So this is the basic structure, right? We've got information about the page in the head area, important information, which also can link to external files, and then the body tag, the body and the end body, which is where our content would go. All right. So yeah, we don't need to have these blank lines, but this is the basic structure. All right, now what we'll do is we'll go back here, we'll grab our web page text, and then I'll do a Control-C and I'll copy all of this and then just paste it in there. So I'm going to copy it, and then I will just delete this, and I'll paste in what I've got. So this is a whole web page, and you can see it basically has the text, it has paragraphs, it has some links, it has all kinds of stuff. Let's take a look at it and see what it's made of. Notice I can drag this, right? Your HTML code goes here, and then it gets rendered right here. So as you're writing your HTML, you can see what it looks like. You can see the result, right? It's helpful for when you're just starting learning what you're doing. Okay, so we've got an HTML tag, and then we've got kind of an option added to the HTML tag that tells us that the language is English. Then we've got the head area. Inside the head area, we've got the title, simple web page, end title. The title is something that usually goes up into the tab at the top of the web browser. Notice the title on this tab is Trinket. So the title would be Trinket. The title of this page is HTML5 reference. The title of this page is there, right? So this is the page title, which goes in the web browser tab. All right, and then here is a link to an external file. This links to an external file. It's a style sheet, and this is a hypertext reference to a file named style.css. So this is going to add, or it's going to basically link this page to this style sheet. It will allow this style sheet to get embedded or used by this page. And that's the end of the head area. Now, we don't have a style.css page yet, but we're going to soon, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, then the end of the head area. Then we've got our body tag. And in the body, we have our content, our text, basically all of this. And you can see here, it starts off with a heading 1 tag, H1, end heading 1, and then it says here a simple web page heading. So whatever you type between the opening tag and the ending tag will be a heading 1, and that makes it kind of large. Basically, it makes the text large. So heading 1, a simple web page. Now I could change this. I could say just simple web page, and then automatically this is set to auto run, so it basically auto runs and renders the page for me. Simple web page heading. I could make it capital W. I could make this capital P. It's up to you. You could change the text, and if you want to change the text, go right ahead. I don't care. All right, then we have a paragraph tag and an end paragraph tag. Everything you see here was made with HTML tags. I'll get rid of the white lines here, or the empty lines. And then I have a header 2 tag. Now, a heading 2 tag rather. So this is a heading 1 tag, heading 2 tag. This heading 2 tag is a little bit smaller than a heading 1 tag. Right? There's an H1 tag, an H2 tag, an H3 tag, which makes it even smaller. Of course, I would want to change the end tag to H3 also, but I don't want to do that. I'll make that back to 2, and I'll make that back to 2. Then we've got a paragraph tag. This EM and NDM tag is making structured information italicized right here. Okay, another paragraph tag, and then we have an interesting set of tags right here. This is an unordered list, and then these are the list items. An unordered list is also called a bulleted list. You can see it right there, a bulleted list. First list item, second list item, third list item. I'll get rid of the empty lines here. Once again, the indentation here is just to make it easier to read. Now this is an unordered list. Guess what? There's also an ordered list. I could change that to an O and change this to an O. And now I've got an ordered list, meaning 1, 2, 3. Instead of bullet points, we have numbers. That's an ordered list. I'll change that back to U for unordered list. All right, and then we get to kind of some interesting aspects to the page here. So H2 tag, adding links, and now we're going to have some hyperlinks created. Then we have a paragraph tag. It's easy to create hyperlinks to other pages or to an email. So now, and this gets pretty interesting, we have, and I'll want to drag this over as far as possible, we have an unordered list here, and we have the first list element, and then the second list element, and then the end of the unordered list, and that is right here. These two list elements right here. Notice this one says, here's a good resource for learning HTML, except here's a good resource. If we click it, it is a link to another web page. And if I click this one, send me an email, this is a link that will open up your email client, and it will try to, or it'll put in the email address that you're sending to and the subject. Let's take a look at how those two links are created. Okay, both of these links are created with an anchor tag, and an anchor tag is basically an A tag, and an anchor tag is an A tag, and then inside the anchor tag is a hypertext reference or a link to HTTP W3 schools. And then the target tells us that if we click this link, it'll open up in a blank window or a new window. Now the name on the link is here's a good resource. Whoops. The name on the link is here's a good resource, and then end anchor tag. Notice it's just end A, right? So this anchor tag has aspects to it. Let me make the font a little bit smaller so it's easier to see. Okay, so there it is, right? An anchor tag with these parameters inside of it. Hypertext reference to this website. When you click the link, it'll go to that website, but it's also going to go in the target into a new window, in a blank, which will open up a new tab or new window. And then the name of the link, and then this is just text, which is at the end of the list item. So there it is, the link, which if you click will go to w3schools.com, and then the rest of the text of the list item. The email is similar, except the hypertext reference is interesting. It says mail to : and then the email address that you're going to mail to. And then if you put a question mark, you can put some options in here like the subject, and it will be hello there. right? And then, of course, the name of this link is send me an email. Once again, if I click this link, it'll open up my email client. I'm not going to click the links right now because it'll take me off the page, and I don't want to quite do that. All right, although here's a good resource, should open up in a new tab. Let's try it out. I'll click it, and sure enough, there's a new tab, and it takes me to w3schools.com. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go back to bigger font size, and I'll stretch this back out. We'll scroll down. All right, so now towards the bottom here, I'll get rid of these blank lines, is a paragraph tag that says add a photo with an image tag like this. And then this is an image tag. Now, once again, an image tag normally just be like, it'd just be image, whoops. It would normally look like this, just img, right? That's an image tag. However, an image tag needs things inside of it, needs parameters inside of it, like where's the image located and alternative text, right? So alternative text is alternative text. If you can't view the file, if you can't view the image, you'll have this text that goes with the image. So I'm going to remove the end of that image tag so that the end of the tag goes here. And we'll set the source of the image to a file named ocean.jpg. And the alternative text associated with the image is a photograph of the ocean. Now notice the image tag is broken here. It can't find the image. It can't find ocean.jpg. So we just get a broken image link here, a broken image icon, and then the alternative text, which tells us a photograph of the ocean. Like if you had a screen reader for the visually impaired, they would be able to, with their screen reader, hear or read a photograph of the ocean, even though they can't see the image because they're visually impaired. Okay, so then the end of the body and the end of our HTML web page. This is the end of the body. This is the end body tag, end HTML tag. Now, we have two things here. This is trying to find ocean.jpg. It's not finding it, so we get a broken tag. And at the top here, this is trying to link to a style sheet named style.css, and it's not finding it, so we're not getting our styling. Yes, the heading 1 makes the font big. Heading 2 makes this font big. The EM tag makes this italicized. And we have unordered lists. We have different types of treatments of the text, but cascading style sheets is a very dynamic way to stylize the entire contents of a web page, and is way more advanced and way more complex, and allows you to make a web page look have many more options for how that web page looks, for the look of the web page. That's what we use cascading style sheets for, and that's what we're going to work on right now. To add our cascading style sheet, what we need to do is we need to create a file called style.css. To add a second file related to our web page or our trinket to our website, we can use this plus sign, which creates a new text file, and we have to give it a name. So I'm going to name it style.css. I want to name it the name of the style sheet, which is style.css, and hit enter. Okay. If you have the wrong name, then it won't find the file that it's looking for. But right now, this web page is linking to an external file called style.css. Now we just go to a Blackboard here, and we grab our style sheet. Our style sheet looks like this, and we can copy it, Control C, and then paste it with a Control V, and now we have our styling. Instantly, the web page has, it basically auto runs. It imports the style sheet or links to the style sheet, references the style sheet, and is able to bring in that styling. It changes the look of the page. Now I'm going to get rid of these blank lines because we don't need the blank lines, so you can see the style a little clearer. So this first area is going to style the H1 tags. The H1 tags will take this font family, this font size, this color, this font style, and this font weight. So notice that the H1 tag now is bold, it's italicized. The color is red based on this hexadecimal color code. The font size is 30, right? I could change it to 60, and you'll see that it gets a lot bigger. But I'll change it to 30, back to 30. And then the font family has 3 fonts here. It has, ideally, it's gonna say, hey, this font should be Georgia. But if your computer doesn't have Georgia, your web browser doesn't have access to the Georgia font, it'll use a Times New Roman font. That's good because Georgia is on Apple computers, Times New Roman is in Windows computers. And if it can't find either, let's say you have like a Linux computer and it has neither, it'll use the default serif font. And a serif font is a font that has little feet on it. Notice the little foot on the bottom of the P, or the little foot at the end of the S and the beginning of the S, or on the N here has a little foot at the end, little legs at the end. That's a serif font. Okay, the color code, FF0000. These are hexadecimal numbers. A hexadecimal number can go from 0 all the way up to F. And right here, the first 2 hexadecimal characters sets the red. The second 2 sets green, and the last 2 sets blue. And so right now we have all red, no green, no blue. What if I add a little blue to this, right? Red and blue, we'll see what color that makes. I'll add a little blue to that by going like that and going 55. Notice it's getting a little more purpley. I'll change it to 99. Now it's even more kind of magenta-y. I'll change it to FF. Now that's a lot of red and a lot of blue, and notice now it's like a real strong magenta, right? Okay, if I wanted it to be a darker magenta, what I could do is, I could change it from F's to like maybe 77, and I'll make this one 77, and you can see now it's a darker magenta. If I add more blue, now it's more, more like almost like purple. Okay, so all zeros would be black, and all F's, all F for red, all F for green, all F for blue makes white, right? And this is a hexadecimal color codes. All right, and if you were interested, you could say, well, just show me a hexadecimal color chart. And there's hexadecimal color charts, and if you click on one of these hexadecimal color charts, it has the color codes right here for different colors. So you can just see them right here. And there's lots of hexadecimal color charts out there on the web. Okay, so this is styling the header 1. This is styling header 2. This is styling, so in other words, notice the color here is teal. Instead of putting a hexadecimal color, they just put a named color. So the color is teal, and notice the heading 2, right? There's 2 lines with heading 2 in our web page. They both got colored teal. And then the last one is styling 2 elements on the page. This one is styling paragraph tags and list element tags. So it's styling this, and also this unordered list and this unordered list. Okay, it's styling it. Right, so paragraph and list elements get this font, and they get this size. Header 2s get these fonts, right? Preferably the first font, and then it doesn't find that, the second font, if it doesn't find that, this font. And then the this. Now, notice how these are situated here, okay? Each one is a key value pair. So the key is font value, and then this is the value, right? This is the key, this is the value, and they're separated by a colon. The key is font size, colon, and then 30px for 30 pixels, semicolon, right? Now, if you get rid of the semicolon, it's broken. So let's see here if we can break it. Get rid of the semicolon, get rid of the semicolon, get rid of the semicolon. Notice it got broke. We lost the color, we lost the font, we lost the size, right? Just because we don't have that semicolon here, okay? It breaks, it doesn't work, right? So it's very specific, right? What if I put a semicolon here, right? It says error. right? Everything just changed. Okay, so these work, but this will not work because instead of a colon, it's a semicolon. All right, so this is our styling. And if you want to change this, by all means. Oops, let me get rid of that semicolon. Okay, now we have a colon and the semicolon at the end of the line. Semicolon at the end of the line, end of the line. All right, so this is working. Now, what about our image? Let's fix our broken image. We already said that the web page is looking for a file named ocean.jpg. Well, we could upload a file, an image. You can upload any image you want and name it ocean.jpg. You just have to go to your image library. If you go to your image library, you can click here to upload images, and then you can select that image to work with your web page. So you can have multiple text files, right? This is an HTML text file, this is a CSS text file, and you can also have images by uploading them into Trinket. So what I'll do is I'll go here, and I need this image right here. So I could click on the image. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll right click on the image, and then you do save image as. Right click on the image, save image as, and save it to a folder on your computer. You see I've already done that. So just right click on the image, save image as, or command click on an Apple submenu. Open up the submenu by right clicking, save image as, and save this image. And notice the file name ocean.jpg here. Okay, so now I've downloaded this image, or you could use any image you want. In fact, if you want to change the whole page to be something more interesting about you, that would be great. All right, so what I'll do is I'll go image library, upload new image, click to select the image, navigate to where your image is, and upload it. Okay, and I'm done. So there it is, ocean.jpg. I've got it selected, and then I click done. Right now, you can see that when I'm in this trinket, this is the trinket, this is the style sheet, image library, this is the image. It's been uploaded, and it's been selected, and it's been saved. Now, on the page, boom, there's the image. Right? It can find the image. Right? Think of it like this: ocean.jpg, style.css, and index.html are all in the same directory. They're all in the same folder. Right? They're at the same level, the same folder, same directory structure. Even though it's kind of been virtualized and hosted for you by Trinket, it puts them all in the same space. So now, when it says, hey, image source is ocean.jpg, it's able to find it because that is the name of the file. If it doesn't match, it's not going to work, right? In other words, if we say ocean.jpg with a capital O, breaks the file, right? Just with a capital O. Ocean.jpg, all lowercase, it needs to be right. Otherwise, it won't find it. Okay, that's it. When you're done to turn in the assignment, all you got to do is save your project, okay, and then share it. Click the share button, get a link, and you want to post this link to the assignment. So copy it, and then in Blackboard, to turn in your assignment, you just click on Create a Simple Web Page Assignment, and then you can scroll down here. You can write your submission, and you can just post the link to your project. And you can see here, there it is, posted right here. If you want to type something to me like, here is my website. I don't know. Okay. How about this? And then this guy here, right, it looks like, yeah, I would paste that again. Right? In other words, I should see this link right here. I need that. This is not so good. I don't know why it has that. There we go. Here's my website, and then the link, right? This is a very specific link. You can see that it has a code at the end that references your trinket, your specific trinket. And that's what you want. And then you'll click submit. And when I click this link, I should be able to open up your file. Now, a lot of people just send me a link that's not personalized to them. You have two choices here. You can click share, link, and send me this link right here, or you could just go up here to the, if you're inside the trinket, you could copy this right here, and there it is right here too. You could copy that and paste that in. That'll work also. All right, so that's the project. Hopefully you enjoy using Trinket, and if we want, we can do other Trinket assignments, and we can do some JavaScript, we can do some HTML5, we can do all kinds of things with Trinket. It's pretty cool. We can even do some basic Python programming. So that should be pretty fun. All right, thanks.